Hey guys, it's Mr. Doesn't here, better known as Gavin, and tonight I'm here with Mikey, Jacob, better known as AA Mikey, and Agile Haste. Tonight we don't have Brandon with us. We are a big nut short, but tonight we are talking about his topic, gaming. Do you guys have anything to say?
Hmm. In particular, I have no subject tangents to go off with at the moment. Mike, you said you had a few ideas, didn't you? A few.
Yeah, so I was just kind of thinking the other day because we've been playing some older games lately, and me and Brandon actually were playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is not super old, but not like crazy new. But the campaign on it was just amazing, and the games that are coming out, I just can't get into the story. There's just no, it doesn't grip me. It doesn't grab a hold of me. It doesn't have my attention. I can't get into it like I can with the older games. Like for instance, if you play Banjo Kazooie on the Nintendo 64 or Super Mario, you can get into those games, but it's like I try to play something single player and I cannot get it.
True. I feel most recently the reason that it could be is because they're just so sometimes broken and maybe even incomplete. And when I say recent broken single player games that are incomplete, I'm sure you can all think of one that comes to mind immediately.
Cyberpunk.
Is Cyberpunk. I was gonna say Minecraft, but yeah, Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Minecraft. Completely
Uh,
broken.
uh, but yeah, because that just completely takes you out of the story, and now you just have to deal with all your messed up gameplay.
That
And
and I don't know if it's like if it's been optimized or anything for PC or whatever you're playing it on, because you said you played it great on the new
yeah,
Xbox, right?
on the new Xbox, it's running pretty good. I've had a
Right.
couple graphical issues, but nothing breaking my game.
Yeah, like you were with me when I tried to play it, and it was just a mess trying to get the
Yeah,
frame rate sorted out,
it was
and
like
I don't.
hindering.
Right.
I've yet to play Cyberpunk.
I feel like they should really, because when did they introduce that game? When was it supposed to come out?
Like
It
2012,
was like years
13.
ago.
Yeah, that's when it was like,
So
hey, we're working on something.
I feel like, I mean, I'm no expert on it or anything, but I feel like when they're working on a game like that, instead of sitting here and saying, we need to put all this crazy shit into it, we need to make it like nutty, like, why don't they just focus on, let's just make it good. Let's just make this game good so that person can enjoy it. Like, I don't give a shit if it has PS2 graphics. If it has a good enough story, I will stick to it and I will play it.
I think that's a pretty good story, at least. Like, I'd say it's on the better side, but with
Of
the
stories, I
yeah,
like the story, but as far as like actually being able to play it at an enjoyable state, it was kind of on the
yeah,
lower end for me.
true.
Just because
And
I know I need to upgrade,
mhm.
but still like shit's expensive, right?
No,
Right.
yeah, and you have an above
You shouldn't
average
have
system,
to
so
upgrade your PC just to be able to play the game.
Right. Well, and I mean I do get that, but if they were introducing it in 2018, I don't know how much time is needed or what kind of resources you need to optimize something like that, but I feel like something should have happened at least with the frames, or maybe it will happen. Maybe it'll happen in an update or
true.
something.
Because I remember people brought up the scenario with The Witcher 3. It was almost the same kind of way, and now you go play The Witcher 3. It's an amazing game. It's great. It's like almost flawless.
Yeah,
So
but you
when
take in like GTA 5 in consideration. Like, how many years did GTA 5 take to make?
Yeah, Rockstar is like on their shit. Because I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
Rockstar, I've never had a bad game with Rockstar.
because I was gonna say the
Like, they
last.
still had glitches here and there, but like
Oh
it
yeah,
was nothing like Cyberpunk's been having lately.
Right.
exactly. And when you're talking about like good single player games, the last one I can remember playing and thoroughly really enjoying that I felt really connected to was Red Dead 2. And that
Yeah,
was
that
like
was a
what,
good game.
2 years ago?
Yeah. I actually Brandon actually got me that game a while back, and I was really trying to get into it, and it just, I don't know what it is, man. When I get on a multiplayer game and I can play with all my friends and stuff, like it just, I'd rather
Okay,
do
true.
that than play a single player game. Right now,
Yeah, I feel that.
I
I
love
don't
these
know if
games where
it's,
they can be single player and they can also be co-opted to multiplayer.
yeah, that's how Battlefront is, man. It's you can play with somebody or you can do the campaign, and the campaign so far is great.
Like
You
Halo
I'm really
said
5
that
was
enjoying
game
it.
was on sale right now, right?
Yeah, it was on sale for like $8 or $9. I think it was going until the what is today? Today is the last day of the sale. So yeah, they had all kinds of crazy sales going on. It was through Origin, I think.
it
I
might
Yeah,
have
never
been.
get on Origin.
it was like anywhere from it was like 20 to like 44% off or something like that.
Well,
I had
talking
tons of
about
games.
broken games, can we talk about Call of Duty Cold War and like
Gonna get me
Warzone?
started.
I do not care for Warzone. I don't know if it's just not my thing or if I'm just not
I
good at
like
it
it
or what.
because I already like Call of Duty gameplay, but with
Yeah.
the way they're handling community and everything is ass terrible. Like they don't listen to community. They're slow on important updates. Like they'll update the store and all the other nonsense that no one really gives a crap about every single day. But when it comes to just changing the value numbers of two guns, it takes them a month.
We're looking at you, DMR.
Yeah, like there's no way you don't hear the community complaining about these guns, and you just can't. It can't be that hard. You nerf and change other things all the time.
Like taking for instance the skins that they brought over to Warzone
Yeah,
from
like
Cold War,
that was
Yeah.
some
the diamond and oh my god.
that was some low effort
Like
put into that.
if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna take your time and pull things over, why not make it good? Why sit there and go,
Yeah,
Exactly.
copy and paste.
yeah, here's your update. Have a blast.
And I think the main thing is because I'm not sure if you were there. We were at the Xbox party last night, Mikey, and we were talking about how because we found out we watched TikTok about talking about how you can look on Warzone to see like what it puts you in skill based like rankings on Warzone too, like bronze, gold, diamond, stuff like that. And most average players are being put in the high diamonds or high golds, low diamonds. And then you look up pro players who are dropping like 30, 40 kills a game, and they're in the bronze leagues.
Really?
And it's
Yeah.
what's like, why is that? And a lot of people speculate, like, oh, either the pro players know a way to stay and be in the low league lobbies, or Activision is purposely putting them in the low league lobbies for streaming purposes. So whenever viewers watch them and frag
They're
out, they'll be like,
Smack.
really
Yeah.
good.
I want to do that. So then they go play their game.
Right.
So they get inspired off the streamers who are fucking fragging out, and so they inspire other people, newbies, to go play the game. And also they got the patent in there to help worse players be able to completely outshine players who actually have skill and put their effort into the game. Like you could be a sweat all you want, you could be trashing the game all you want. I liked it better back in the day whenever you had a random library to go against. You get a big mix of both,
Yeah.
and it's like
That's what I liked. That's what I appreciated back in the day because you could really get into a game, clap for 4 or 5 different games, and then
Exactly.
you start getting murdered, and you're like, oh, what has happened? But then it goes back. You start winning again.
Exactly.
Or
It's like
you lose a couple.
it's a mix of both because like nowadays if I get stomped in a lobby, I know it's just gonna happen in the next game and the next game
Yeah.
and then the next game. I'm just gonna barely do good, or I'm gonna do really bad, and it just stays in between that. I rarely have like a game I do really good, but I'm having a lot of games where I do really bad. Back in the day,
Well,
I could just be like, oh, next game it'll be fine. I'll just have another shot.
So you were over here on New Year's and you played on my computer, right?
Mhm.
And you remember how I told you I was playing the other day, and I was like, "What am I playing against bots?" Because no, I was like everybody was just sitting there and not moving.
Smooth.
And then you
Yeah.
played, and then you were clapping on. It was like, "What's? I don't understand it."
It's just if you want a way to kill your community, this is how you do it. Because the reason I brought this up is because we were in a party last night and we were talking about, hey, I realized there's a new Battlefield game coming out later this year, and I'm probably gonna jump ship off Call of Duty when that comes out because I'm tired of all this bullshit like fucking up the community. Because this is really, I may be a Call of Duty fanboy, but when you nerf me IRL, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want to play a game where like I have to constantly give myself ulcers because I'm trying to focus so hard and sweat.
While
So
we're on COD, what is taking so long for them to give us another zombies map?
I don't know.
Like, we've already gotten a pretty big update on the game already, and
Oh, yeah.
everyone thought that we were going to get that second zombies map, which, in all honesty, in my opinion, zombies is kind of holding up Cold War,
I would have.
in my opinion, and they just completely ignored it. I don't know if they're still in the works, but like from what I've seen like on TikTok and just looking it up, like there's already a lot of crap on the new map. They just haven't done anything with it.
I feel like they should at least give some kind of like some kind of trailer for it or hint towards it,
Right.
you know.
I mean, I was watching this one video where this guy was talking about it, and he was talking about how would we rather have like another game like Cyberpunk where it's all glitchy and stuff, or hold on to it and make it perfect. So if that's what they're doing, I kind of understand, like making sure there's not a bunch of glitches and stuff in the map. Like Cold War Zombies, the first map, it's had its fair share of glitches.
Oh yeah.
Nothing game breaking, but it's had its fair share. And I don't know. I mean, if that's what they're doing, I kind of agree with them keeping on to it and like not giving it out yet. But we were kind of hoping for something.
Yeah, I'd like to see something a little bit better, especially now. I mean, what's the 3 top games that have came out here lately? Cold War's one of them. Cyberpunk's one of them. What was the last game that came out? Does anybody know?
I can't think of anything.
Here, hold on. Or here's a top 3 games right now. Okay. Minecraft, Overwatch, and Grand Theft Auto 5 still. Yeah.
GTA 5 still up there?
Is this like of all time or is it just like recently?
That's an all-time thing.
Okay, I could see that then.
I
So, like
think
Overwatch?
so. What I'm looking at here, this was in December. This is the top games in December. Okay, I'll do the first top 5. League of Legends was one. We got World of Warcraft, which they just had a big what was it? A new
like big expansion or whatever.
Yeah, the expansion came out for that. Minecraft still reaches it. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Hey.
Which I could kind of understand that because it's a competitive game and a lot of competitive people play that. And then we got Apex, which is kind of gets me a little bit because I feel like Apex has fell off.
Yeah, I feel like Apex has died a little.
And it's a shame because
And
I love Apex.
right below that is Among Us.
I can
Is it
see that,
because-
though, because a lot of YouTubers are still playing Among Us.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun. But are you wanting to sit there and watch somebody play Among Us for, let's say, an hour? 2 hours?
Like, I don't watch Among Us streams. I can't. I don't see the appeal in that. I could watch maybe an Among Us video every now and then.
Right.
If something's
Or like
different
a funny,
between them.
funny clips moments.
Yeah, funny
or something
moments.
like
I could
that.
watch that. But watching someone play Among Us for a long time feels like it would get annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know to me because there's always especially like the really YouTuber or streamer lobbies where they're like always yelling during every single meeting. It gets annoying because I would sometimes try to watch it while I'm at work and like I couldn't even understand what the hell was going on because I just hear yelling.
Yeah, because I feel like, okay, we've all played that game, right?
Yeah.
And there's been times where we've had quite a few people in there, and it does get hectic when people are trying to talk and get things out. But usually, let's say we have a talking stick, okay? we all pass it around, and then that person talks. Is how our group usually works. But
Yeah.
you watch somebody that's on YouTube that have recorded something, and you can't make anything out.
No. I noticed like some of the YouTubers who actually make those videos, they actually put a little bit of effort in and show emphasis on who is talking, either captions or zoom-ins, to help
I do
emphasize
like
the
that quite a
important
bit.
things. Like H2O Delirious does a good job of it. I love his edited among his videos. A lot of work gets put into those, is what I see at least. I'm not sure if he edits them or has someone do it for him, but they look good.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna say earlier because we were talking about you guys touched base a little bit on the Cold War store and how
Kind of shit right now. Anyways,
yeah, it's kind of a waste. I mean, what am I gonna get out of it? Some skins or something?
like
It
I wouldn't even
does
mind
nothing
paying for
for
the
me.
skins I like, but there's no skins I like in there. None.
Yeah, we went through that the other day with our buddy Nick, and there was nothing appealing in there.
But so let's think about it this way. Okay, that game was how much when it first came out? $60,
60,
$70.
yeah.
Okay.
Depending on what
60 to
version you get,
100.
yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I want to pay $60 for this game. Cool. But now all the cool shit that I want is gonna cost me more. So let's say I already dumped in $100 on this game. Now, let's check out Fortnite or Apex. Okay, it's a free game.
Yeah.
It's a free.
This is
It's a
true.
free game. And then you go into the store, and there's things that you actually want. There's skins that you want. And the best thing about Fortnite is if you buy the battle pass, you can get skins. You can get cool stuff. You get V-Bucks back. You can get enough V-Bucks back to buy the next season pass.
Now I've seen in the COD version you do get more than enough to buy the battle pass again,
Exactly.
but like
And you do get
what
skins and
I've
stuff.
seen, well, but
They're not good.
yeah, like the first couple things in the battle pass on COD is like 2 new people, which is like they look pretty cool and shit, but like everything beyond that, it's kind of just bland. Like I could live without that, you know.
Right. But I mean, you're taking a game that you spent $60 for versus that free game.
Right.
Versus that, how much is the season pass on there? Like
$10.
$7.
On Fortnite,
You
yeah,
spent
it's like
$7 and you got a bunch of cool skins already. If you play it, if you do level up the battle pass.
I think that's a good
But
thing about Apex and Fortnite is I think they get people to come in, like different companies to come in and do their artwork and their skins and their other stuff like that. I'm not sure if Activision does that or not. If they do, they need to get new people because they aren't good.
Fortnite's had like all kinds of like different stuff. I mean, Fortnite's been around a lot longer than Cold War.
Fortnite,
but
they've been having some huge, like, I don't know what kind of
Like
contracts they're having with different companies. Exactly.
Mando coming into
Exactly.
Fortnite, that was sick. That made me want to play.
Same.
Master
And the
Chief.
fact that they've opened up that cross compatibility between PC and Xbox and even the Switch. I mean, this Nintendo is actually stepping their game up
Yeah.
quite a bit.
I don't see no one playing COD on the Switch.
That's true. But I mean, would you really enjoy playing COD on the Switch?
Hell yeah.
See, I don't know.
that'd be
Hold
ass.
on, because you can get a controller for the Switch, right?
Yeah, you can get a pro
Like a
controller.
legit controller. Yeah, I don't think I would mind playing Call of Duty on the Switch because there are rumors that I've read about for the Switch. They are coming out with a newer version of the Switch. I don't know if it'll be the same thing, but it's supposed to have a 4K display on it.
Like handheld
Yeah.
mode 4K.
Yes.
That's pretty nutty because I think handheld right now is 720, but dock is 1080.
Yeah, it's just something I read, so it could be false, it could be true, but how cool would that be for like say you're going on a trip, you know what I mean? And you're in the back of the car and you decide to bust out some Smash Bros. Well, you got 4K Smash Bros. Right there in front of you.
Right.
Or say you're just watching, streaming some Netflix or something, you're just kicked back watching quality the whole way. There's nothing
That'd
wrong
be
with
sick.
1080 or 720. Yeah, it's I feel like that's a game changer right there. If Nintendo was trying to step up that quality. Now, that being said, price range on something like that, I would assume would be
Oh yeah.
a little bit more.
How much do you think that would actually cost?
Let's see. How much was the Switch when it came out? It was like what,
$300
$400 or $500? 3?
Somewhere
I
between
think
that.
around maybe 3 or 4. So I'm guessing it might be just as much as like the PlayStation or Xbox.
I'd
Right,
say
the
like
new
4 to
ones.
5.
Yeah,
It's a lot of money.
including because I know if you go back to like the 3080 and how they were having trouble with getting even material to make them because everybody was buying them. You know, everybody was they wanted them because it's a good graphics card.
Yep.
And now, like, I don't know if it goes across the board with saying this, but like, are they going to be able to step up the game and make these graphics cards, make the new Switch, make they just came out with the console, but I mean, they have to be working on something now, right? What's our next biggest thing? What's going to happen next? Where are we going to take this to? What's going to happen 10 years from now with gaming? You know what I mean? Where are we going to be at?
This is true because I've thought about this because I feel like currently right now we're pretty capped out when it comes to graphic innovations. I feel like the only thing we can go further with this is making it more realistic and better integration.
But see,
Virtual.
do we want realistic? I mean,
That's exactly. It's like you
I
can
don't
go
know.
that way.
I enjoy kind of the cartoony look of video games.
Yeah.
Cause that's so playing a video game for me. I'm trying to get away from this world of chaos with all the COVID stuff and everything that's happening in politics and stuff right now. I want to disappear from that. I want to get into my video game and just
They could still do something like that, like say, kind of like some SAO type shit. Like you aren't in the video game, but like you kind of like are in your own state of mind, but like you're in your own happy place playing your favorite video games. They could implement stuff like that to where you don't have to stay here and sit in front of the screen to play your favorite video game. You can lay in bed, sit in a chair, whatever, and just kind of like be at peace while you do your favorite video game. That's an innovation they can do instead of having it's like, oh, how can we make the graphics even better? Because when you look at the jump between the 90s to now, the biggest difference is just graphics.
Yeah.
Because some games in the 90s have really good story, really bad story, vice versa for here. The biggest difference you can find to distinguish them two is, oh, this looks way better than this. So like, I feel like we're kind of capping out on that. Because how are you gonna get? Because we're really close to being it, just almost looking like a video camera filming shit. So it's like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do after that?
That's what I'm talking about with the realistic. You know, I don't want it to look like, we're seeing each other like this right now.
Yeah. I mean, for some games it would be kind of cool.
Maybe if we were I see what you're saying. So if we could have like our physical look, but in a video like Ready Player One, kind of.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. A way to
If we
put
could-
yourself in the game. Like I would still be fine with just sitting here playing. Like if I was playing an RPG and I was able to just straight up put me in the game and it looks just like me, everything. Because I can get close.
Yeah.
But if I could
Right.
no, that like legit looks and sounds just like me. That'd be dope. And then,
that'd
you
be
die.
huge.
If we could actually get to the Ready Player One like gaming community like world,
True.
that like I don't think you can go farther than that. Like that would be the peak.
That would be a huge milestone for anything gaming. But you got to think about how many people like they talk about how, let's take for instance video games and kids. Okay, video games promote violence. They make these children act out or shoot up the neighborhood or something like that. I don't personally think that's a video game problem.
No.
I grew up playing the same games. I haven't been to prison.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't go around burning the neighbor's cat. I played the game and enjoyed the game. You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, you guys don't? Okay.
No, you guys don't do that.
oops.
This guy's fucking.
No, but I think it's. I don't want to say it's a parenting thing either because.
Exactly, because you could be. Because I've seen a lot of parents who try to be censor the world, and they still have some messed up kids.
Yeah.
It's literally just a roll of dice whether or not you go up to be a psychopath. Whether or not that person experienced video games or not, in that journey to become a psychopath, does not change the fact that they're going to be a psychopath. It's almost wired up. It's like, this is what you're going to do when you grow up. You're
Right.
going to murder people and break into their houses and and nail their dogs to the tree. That's just how their mind is going to like play out. Video
Yeah,
games aren't going to be like, yo, do this.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that Cyberpunk 77 was as graphic as it is,
True.
considering all of that. Because what's the cap? Like, how old do you have to be now to buy a mature video game?
Like 18, I think. 17
Okay.
maybe.
So, but we all know, grandma, dad,
Oh yeah,
they're gonna buy
grandma's
you that game.
definitely.
Oh,
Grandma
yeah.
actually has bought me. I remember the Metal Gear Solid Saga came out. I think I was like, I was like either just got a teenager or preteen, and Metal Gear Solid came out and it's like full collection. She bought it for me.
Nice.
And like the cashier knew my grandma was gonna be playing Metal Gear Solid 3 on the PS2. Okay, she knew this.
That's the same thing with Watch Dogs. My grandma bought me Watch Dogs for Christmas.
She fucking looked at me and my grandma. She's like, "There ain't no fucking way this grandma's playing a tactical espionage shooter. This little 12-year-old is." Sitting with a shit-eating grin as she's writing out a check.
Hey, talking about like popular games, not a lot of people are like talking about it, but I've been seeing it all over TikTok. You know, I've just been seeing it pop up everywhere, and even us have been playing the hell out of it lately. Rocket League.
Yeah, I absolutely love Rocket League.
Rocket League is making a comeback.
Although I don't really appreciate their store. I feel like that could use kind of a facelift.
Yeah.
Also, with the things that you unlock, I feel like I want something that I'm going to use. And
Well,
I feel like,
few
okay,
things.
so if you play a certain character or drive a certain car in the game, because there's what specific decals you can get for your car.
Mm-hmm.
There's variants that you can get for that car. So if you're playing as that car, why can't I have a level system on the car? I just reached level 50 on my car and I got all the decals for
That's
it.
a good idea, actually. I like that. 'cause, like,
Yeah, that's smart.
Instead of just getting random things that you don't use, if you don't drive that ugly ass truck that they have on there, why do you need shit for it?
True.
Right.
And it's also great for if there's any completionists out there. It's like, oh, I've maxed out the level in this car. I'll go use another one.
Right.
It inspires people to use different things besides the octane or
Right.
something like that forever. Can you imagine
Can
how
we
many
talk
people
about
there are
that
out
for
there
a
who,
second?
yeah,
The
like,
octane.
can you imagine how many people out there who have only used octane and no other car? Imagine the
yeah.
playtime some of these people have on their octanes.
Dude, the hitbox on the Octane.
Oh yeah, and they know about this. Like the communities
Yeah,
and everybody
like-
knows about it.
Apparently, it's been like that forever.
It has
Like,
straight up like car hitbox.
fix it, please. I'm tired of getting dogged on.
I think it's because of the spoiler. Because they can't make
Really?
So,
they can't go like they can't round off the hitbox, so they just kind of like spoilers up here, and like the hood's down here, so they just kind of like round it down.
Well, why not just like not make the spoiler into the hitbox?
why not just take the hitbox and map it out to the vehicle? Exactly to the vehicle.
I feel like nowadays
Whatever
they'd be able
part-
to do that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Well, they-
you can do it in Photoshop. You can map out whatever you want on a Photoshop down to the point, down
I
to
feel
the
like
pixel.
a lot of like the detailed games. I'm trying to think of one. Like have actual good hitboxes. I don't want to use Call of Duty for an example.
Right.
I don't want to use Halo either. Halo's better than Call of Duty, but I can still tell there's not a.
Take Rainbow
Detailed.
Six.
I feel yeah, Rainbow Six has a good hitbox detection system.
Besides
Ash,
that.
yeah. we were both
No
like,
head evidence.
we were like, wait a minute, except for one character. But I'd say on the most part, it's very detailed. Like the actual uniforms to them. Because if you see someone pixel peeking with their fucking elbow out, you'll be like,
Yeah.
you can get hit that.
I feel like they need to do that to the cars. Why not make every car unique?
Yeah.
You know, they're all
Like
different
if
sizes.
the car's bigger, make the hitbox bigger. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I maybe they'll see this and be like,
But I really like that level
Like,
up system of the
man,
cards idea.
these
It's like,
guys are spitting facts.
yeah.
but
Nah,
one of the
they would
systems
if they were to see this, they'd be like, man, they got a point. We ain't gonna do
we
that
don't
though.
care. We don't
Yeah.
care. One of the systems they got rid of that I really liked, I think they got rid of it. It was contracts. What you could do is, say you had a bunch of poopy stuff that you didn't want, you could trade it all up for an item better. Like you had a bunch of like blues, you could trade them all up for a purple. Because CS:GO does the same thing. And say if you somehow had a bunch of purples, you could trade it up for, I think the next thing's gold or something. I can't remember, but like you'd be able to trade up all these items of poop for a better
And
item
for something.
that you could
yeah.
possibly even want. You know, a more rarity or better looking. And the whole system, well, the system's changed now because Jason was like in like the stock market of Rocket League. He was like over here doing Wolf of Wall Street shit with goddamn cases and shit. He'd be like, "Yeah, bro, I can't upsell that. That's only worth 1.2 keys. I can't do that. My shit's worth 1.6." So I'm like, "What the fuck are you like trading penny stocks? What are you doing over here?"
I also never liked that. Like, you could get the crates and stuff, but you had to buy keys for each one. I was
True.
never a fan of that.
Yeah, I think that's just a way. I would understand that on a game that's free.
I mean,
Okay.
it's free now, but like, it wasn't always free. Not everyone got it for free.
Yeah,
You know,
I paid
yeah,
for it whenever it came
that's
out
true.
because I remember Jason and I were sitting there when the trailer dropped. We're like, "Oh, this looks kind of cool. Look at this." But Jason
But I
said
mean,
that he's sunk a bunch of money into it, and his inventory is worth a bunch of money. So it's like, money isn't that worth it.
Well, take for instance that hoodie that you got from PUBG.
Oh, that's a story.
Did
That
not
was worth
even
crazy
know.
amount of money.
Did not even know it was worth a lot of money until someone was like, "Yo, bro, I'll pay you $400 for that." I'm like, "Yo, what?"
That's crazy.
But I already sold it for like 300 before he sent me that offer. But then in hindsight, I'd be like, he was probably gonna scam me anyway. So
Yeah.
I thought you sold it at a pretty good time during
Oh,
when
yeah.
that was a popular item. Because what is it worth now? Like nothing.
I haven't checked. I should check recently, but there's some clips of me still having it on. But I didn't. I just saw the hoodie. I'm like, oh, sweet, a white hoodie. I'll wear that.
I've never gotten anything expensive on
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I guess I do it for a good reason. If there's a market for that, they want to give you the option to trade or sell. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jacob, bro, what are you doing with your eyes?
It was like everything. You guys were like lagging for me. Anyways, while I fix my stuff, I was gonna say, Halo 5 has a four-person player co-op.
See,
Yeah.
that's awesome. But I want something more. Let's see. I want it to be in depth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to just be like I'm gonna run around and kill all these dudes or whatever. I want it to be like it should be what's that game? It should be like okay, it should be like Destiny. Okay. Okay. But instead of having all those other people in the world or only being able to go to like one planet if you like there were some missions where you had to split up and go like all this different stuff is happening but it like all mixes together like I have to go stop this guy on this planet while Gavin activates a portal or some kind of huge missile or blaster to blow it up or something like that.
That'd be kind of cool.
This is off topic, but did you see Jacob's face when he was messing with his camera?
No.
Just now,
Yeah.
was I like freaking out with how
Hey,
I was like, oh.
I don't know if it was all pixely for you, but it was all pixely for me, and you're like,
Yeah, right now Gavin's pixely for me.
great.
Yeah, he's pixely for me as well.
Do I need to leave and come? What's going on?
You look like a Minecraft painting to me. Hey, don't fall in lava, bro.
No! Please, Mother of all God, let me live.
Nope. Screw the demons.
Connection's a little poop right now for everybody.
Yeah. What's going on?
Mine's saying 46 ms, but it keeps like sometimes turning orange, and it still says 40. Like now it says 43 ms, but it's orange.
It's the same for me.
So
Mine's
I think
Maybe
it's just
40.
I think it's just Discord fucking up right now.
It could be. Maybe we'll have updates and we just haven't updated it yet.
So I just updated mine, but it's still doing it to me. So I guess this is just. Well, Gavin, you cleared up a little bit for me now.
Yay.
All right. Well. Oh, now it's freezing again.
Minecraft. Oh, I'm lagging apparently.
Right.
It's back. Yeah.
Welcome to the Big Nuts Podcast.
We're just gonna have to put like pictures of us up right here. I might have to do that. We'll see. We'll see if the quality or freezing stops, but it's at least still picking up our audio, so we still have that.
That's what it's about.
All right.
Yeah.
But
Who needs to see us? No big deal. We're all ugly. It's cool.
so I might cut out all this stuff that we're complaining about the Discord right now, except for Discord shitting out. So I might put like a
Yeah.
little notification on the screen or. But as for when it comes to 4-player games, I've always been wanting the perfect single player or perfect multiplayer game like that to play with friends. It's super innovative and super different.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like any company has the nuts to do it, or even just the creativity and stuff to be able to do it.
Well, I mean, if we thought about it, you know, somebody else has thought about it.
True.
You know, they've sat there and be like, well, we could do this, we could do that, but I mean, like, where is it?
Right.
It could just be one person in the company who's like a creative designer, but like nobody wants to listen to him. They're just one person. They're like, no, they're gonna definitely buy this idea, so we're gonna stay on the safe side, and we're gonna make this idea because we
Yeah.
know people will buy this. That's going out on a limb, but this is secure, so we're gonna go with this plan.
I mean, I get
But-
that, but
Like,
if
they
they
don't
go
know-
on, like, go on a gaming forum and look at what people are talking about. See what your people want. That's what should be important. What do you guys want? I know it's hard to answer everybody's hopes and wishes and all that, but I mean, we cannot be the only 3 people in the world that wants a game like that.
Right. No,
It
I'm
could
sure
just
there's
be
thousands of people that think just like us.
Yeah, I would think so.
could also be like limitations on like how would they implement it? Would it be like all like say if he's on a different planet, you're on a different planet, would it all be rendered at the same time on like one application?
Yeah. So okay, basically, when I'm thinking about that happening, I'm thinking about, okay, because there's games where you can go to different parts of the maps, right?
Right.
Mhm.
It would just be like one big map. And things in real time are happening on these maps. Like, you could be gone, let's say, an hour in the game. Well, you haven't been to this planet in so long, and this guy has done all this stuff, and now it's going to be harder to defeat him. He's got different allies, or
Dude, that just
You
gave me
know?
a good idea for another game. Very similar to the same kind of aspect. It's like, say Gavin and I were playing, right? It could be like a different scenario every time. This could be kind of like a battleship type game, except with planets, right? So like, I could be doing stuff on my planet, and he could be doing stuff on his planet, and like, I could send space spies and ships to go explore and survey his planet to see what he's doing.
You know what this
And
reminds me
They'd come back and report to me, be like, "Hey, sir, he's already making like a Death Star behind his planet." So
Yeah.
like, I'm like, "All right, shit, we gotta set up all these troops, start building fucking orbital mat cannons, shit like
yeah.
What was that mobile game we were playing for a while? The
Rise of
Immortals
Kingdoms?
or Rise of Kingdoms, like just like that,
yeah, just like that, but like imagine
but
like a space
on-
version,
But like space, yeah.
like this huge aspect, especially with the power systems they're going with now. I feel like they could render something like that. Like a few planets is all you gotta do. You both pick a planet, and then the other planets are AI generated, so you gotta try to ally with them or not.
Yeah, and they also, like, okay, with that being said, you would have a different, like, player classes, right?
It's
Because you
reminding
want
me
to
of
wouldn't want to be the exact same. Because you want to have different things, guns to do different stuff,
yeah.
different abilities with your character. Because everybody's got a different, play set.
You know what this
So
reminded me of? It's reminded me of a Civilization Revolution, but with space.
yeah, but see, I don't like those games where I have
Yeah,
to
I don't
sit
like it.
there and look down at the map.
It's like a board,
Yeah,
tabletop kind of looking game.
Yeah.
I want to be able to actually be the guy and run around, and I want to see you out there on the battlefield killing some other monsters while I'm coming up on you
Right.
on my dragon, my space dragon, made out of gold and diamonds. Okay,
We're going out on a limb.
and I want to
here,
come
but
over
yeah.
there and I want to wreck you.
Damn.
I want to take a
That's
big
rude.
dragon shit on your chest. Okay.
You could kind of combine them two, and you could kind of send out troops or whatever you're doing. But then you could also be cool to like have the chance to be like, all right, I want to take control of this person or this tank, and then
Ooh,
you go
yeah.
down, and now you're playing as this.
So
if
you
you
could
die,
be
you're
like,
you're back up, you're like,
you could have different generals for different areas of your battlefield. Okay.
Hmm.
So that's you could maybe switch off to these people. So if you think about chess, which Gavin knows a lot about chess, who do you always want to protect?
Undefeated.
Who do you always want to protect?
My king.
my queen.
So as your king, you're gonna want to be sitting back, watching your battle go on, but you want to control this commander, okay, or that knight, or you want to be that commander and be like, hey knight, you need to go over here and do whatever.
Right.
So you're telling these guys these different things, and you're gonna get several different outcomes because you don't know what your other guy's doing.
Right.
Your other general could have been like, oh, we need to retreat because maybe he got scared, maybe he didn't have enough training or something, maybe you didn't level him up enough, and you got murdered.
Yeah, they could have personality traits, but like this general's a little cowardly and indecisive. So it's like, you really want him as a general?
Yeah.
This one is insecure.
Hmm.
The other general's a female.
Yeah.
This
So,
general asks
mean,
too
you
many
could-
questions.
It could be several different things. You could put so much into a video game and make it great.
I've had all kinds of video game ideas. It's just like I can't really do anything with them, you know? Like where am I gonna go? Like I can't make video games. I mean, I've never tried, but I'm pretty sure I can't, you know? So what am I gonna do with that?
I mean, I don't know if this is a thing or not, but I wonder if like different, like for example, it's like Epic Games or something like that. I wonder if they're open to ideas from people. I guess if you have enough people interested in your idea, maybe it might break a little bit of
Yeah.
leeway, but I don't know if they'll take, because obviously that's your idea, right?
Right.
You don't work for Epic, so obviously that's going to cost
Yeah.
some money if they wanted to take that or use that.
Exactly, because if you look at the credits, you could find people like directors or storyboard director and like shit like that. There's a lot of credits for a lot of people. It's like there could be like creative designer, just story designer, anything like that to like come up with and direct where the direction of this game goes and like how it happens can be credited. It's where like you don't need to put any technological input to make it further or better or improve it, as long as you have the ideas and like ways to like help people like come up and make the game become realistic, or I guess
Right.
become true, make it a game.
Yeah.
And that's valuable, at least.
Hey, how much time we got?
We're up to 53 minutes, but with the pre-recording and the mess up, I'd say probably like 45.
Well,
That's
while
what we're
we
up
have
to.
time, let's talk about Twitch.
Okay.
Oof. I like it.
All right. So when Brandon was here the other day, he was talking about how, or I think it was him. It might have been you, Mikey. He was talking about how it's harder for like low-viewed streamers to get big nowadays.
Yeah, because it's totally oversaturated. You got Shroud, you got all the big streamers now. Let's be real. All the big streamers, what are they streaming on? What's the only thing that we have to stream on?
Twitch.
Twitch. I mean, you can go to YouTube, but you're not gonna get anywhere with that because I feel like YouTube is the same way. If you don't already have some kind of following, if,
This is true.
if you
'Cause
don't have people watching you, you're gonna end up the same way.
Because I know people who stream on YouTube, like PewDiePie or Jack Frags, but they already have a, as you know, a large subscriber
A
base.
massive
It's like,
following, yeah.
hey, he's streaming. No.
And I feel like with what happened with Mixer it was a huge mistake.
Oh my god, I'm
'Cause-
so upset about that.
You at least you would have two different choices to make here. There's
Mhm.
almost like a monopoly on it. Let's be honest. Like you can only go to Twitch if you really just want to stream. Because I feel like when I go to YouTube, I watch already things that have been pre-recorded and edited and
Mhm.
this
I'm
or
not looking
that.
for live
I don't.
streams.
Yeah, I don't go to YouTube for live streams.
Yeah. You
'Cause
know, what sucks about Mixer disappearing is, like, take Jacob and I for this. We had, I don't know how many. We had like a handful of followers, and like we had some like decent viewers that would always come back when we would stream Dark Souls together. And now that Mixer's gone, like they technically put it over in Facebook streaming or Facebook gaming or whatever. But
Right.
none of that stuff that we worked for in Mixer traveled
Carried-
over or carried over to Facebook gaming. So they just wiped our plate clean. Like we have
Yeah.
to start over.
That's what I think. That happened to a lot of lower end streamers. They might have had a little upbringing. They were starting to make some traction. They were starting to get somewhere on Mixer.
Mhm.
Because Mixer, I feel like, was like the little brother of Twitch.
Yeah.
You had all these big guys that were on Twitch because it was, everybody knows what Twitch is.
Mm.
A lot of people knew what Mixer was too, but Mixer I feel like was a little bit, I don't know if lower end was the word, but it was easier. It was easier for somebody to pop in and find you on your stream and be like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang around for a minute.
Exactly. Have you ever told somebody like, "Hey, I stream"? They're like, "Oh, what's your Twitch?" And they would never ask what, Mixer or
right.
Twitch. It would always just
Yeah.
immediately go, "What's your Twitch?" Because
Anyone that works for Twitch, if you just so happen to see this podcast, bring back co-op streaming.
Oh my
There
god,
is,
yeah.
Please.
a website that allows you to link your streams. So like say if we linked our streams on it, if they go to my stream, they should be able to see both of ours. But it's not implemented into Twitch is what's the problem.
Right. Like Mixer, it was literally you just go, click on it, click your friend. You're both streaming the exact
Yep.
same game together at the exact same time. It was perfect.
It was easy. I have to find that website again because I want to try it.
You
We
don't
do
have to
it
sit
later with
there
Minecraft.
and do a bunch of different things. Like, say if you're on Xbox, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You're not going to be able to go and do all that on your Xbox and still play the game.
Right.
With Mixer, it was a click of a button. It was there.
Yeah, and even streaming with the Twitch app from Xbox is still not as good as streaming to Mixer from the Xbox. Because at least I don't think there's an option if you're streaming with Twitch. You have to have like a secondary device to look at the chat because there is no chat window now.
Yeah.
It's just you see how long you've been streaming and how many viewers you have. You don't get
Yeah.
you don't get to see the live comments. You have to have a secondary device, like a phone, a pad, a computer, to look at the comments with.
Isn't that one of the biggest things of streaming? Like,
Yeah.
you wanna
the
be
power of
interacting
your
with your
viewers.
chat.
Interacting with your viewers. And so they took an easy way to do that because I feel like a majority of people, majority of people do have a phone, but majority of people aren't going to be able to constantly have it on a charger, look at the chat, and
Right.
especially if they're using their phone for notifications, like say they're doing something but they're looking out for a call or email, whatever it is, and they can't use their phone as a chat. If I have a computer, I'm like already halfway there to streaming with the computer, so it's like not everybody has a computer, so it's like, well, I can't stream because I can't interact with my chat. If I do get followings or viewers, it's like it's gonna be a bummer because I won't be able to talk to them. The Mixer was like a lot better at implementing that, and like you said, it wasn't saturated. It's much easier.
there's so many people on Twitch right now. It's
And I
kind
think-
of insane.
I think even Shroud said, Mixer came too early. Like if they showed up now, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, it would have been.
Because think on how many people are complaining about Twitch right now with the DMCA's, the oversaturation even more, it would have been even better right now. Because I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm tired of this DMCA shit. I want to find a place where I can be much more personalized, not so censored and copy struck. I'm gonna go over here, and they'd probably like it a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But then you got to think about, like what Mixer did. They buy. I don't want to say buy, but they bought Shroud, didn't they?
Yeah, they contracted Shroud and
I'm
Ninja.
Sure.
Ninja was
Yeah.
contracted for 20 million, and Shroud was contracted for 15 million. But
So
since
let's talk about that for a second. 15 and 20 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's nothing Shroud or Ninja did wrong, because that's the perfect deal as a content creator is security. So if you have a guaranteed 15 million or 20 million, that is, you got to take the deal, because like there's anything could happen. Like say Shroud or Ninja right now, something happened to their equipment or viewership, someone got canceled or whatever, their livelihood is gone. They're not making money now, at least as
Right.
much.
Right.
Nowhere near as much. So if they're guaranteed, hey, 15 million, guaranteed, you can stream as much as you want, little as you want, you get this money. No problem taking the contract. I feel like it was a little much for Mixer to kind of dip their toes in, though.
Put out.
Put
Yeah.
bet on it, though, because
But I mean, who is backing Mixer? I mean,
Like,
they had a
I
like
think
say
Facebook was.
Microsoft.
I think
or,
Facebook was still its parent company, and that's why they just kind of like canceled it, or got rid of it, being its own software or whatever, its own website, and just put it on Facebook.
Well, doing that was a big downgrade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they said, I don't know any specifications, but they said it wasn't going in the direction that they wanted to. So they kind of scrapped the
no,
separate
no
idea
kidding.
and kept the implementation.
Well,
But I didn't really see any signs of decline, so I don't know what they were wanting. But I guess they weren't meeting it. So
They just lost what? 35
35
million? I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe instead of buying Shroud or Ninja, they should have said, "Hey, I like these upcoming streamers. Okay, pick out a handful of them. Save a little bit of your fucking money. Give them a little bit of a break. Give these people that are trying their ass off to go somewhere a break."
true, because you could have
Right.
spent like 10%, not even, of what you spent on Shroud and Ninja, and those same people, you don't have to pick streamers who have like 5 viewers. You can pick streamers who have like 1,000 or so, who are still known, not known though, but and that could give them the
The
inspiration,
opportunity to grow. Yeah.
the opportunity to grow, and you can kind of create your own big players on your platform instead of buying some.
That's
create
the
your
approach
own.
I would have taken. The same thing like in a workplace, you know what I mean? You get all these companies that hire people from the outside in to do a job that you wanted from the inside. How does that make sense? I want somebody who's already been at my place of business. If I own this business, I want somebody who's been here. I want somebody that I know is trying to do their best and become somebody. I want you, not the guy that's already on top.
Right.
It was a big bet. It could have worked out. Maybe they were trying to bet on like stealing like a third of Twitch viewership with those two people.
Hmm.
Which maybe they did get a big chunk of viewership and new streamers to come over, but maybe just not as much as they were wanting, and they just kind of bailed ship on it.
Apparently, it wasn't enough.
Sad to say, but
Yeah, I mean, I really did enjoy Mixer, and before Mixer it was Beam, and I remember that.
oh
And
yeah,
it was still decent, you know. It still had the same feel to it, at least.
I also missed the sidebar on Xbox.
Dude. Yeah. I missed that thing. That thing made things easy.
And
Wait,
I've
so
also-
tell us a little bit about the interface on the new Xbox.
I was just
Since
about
you
to
have
kind
that.
of talk about that. Like when it comes to how it looks, it literally has the same UI and like home screen as just a one. Like
How do you feel about that, though? Do you feel like you should have something that's different,
I'd say yeah, a little
changes it up a
disappointed.
little bit?
A little disappointed. Like, I was hoping for something more wow factor. Like, be like,
Right.
wow, this is a Series X. It looks pretty nice. The only thing I have different now is an animated background. It's just like these like red waves that kind of flow behind everything. But other than that, tiles same
PS5
place.
had that, man. PS4
Exactly.
had that.
Like, tiles are the same.
PS3 had that.
Hmm.
Let's be real.
Yeah, I think there's
You know
only
what
a few
I
things that
mean?
I'm jealous of the PlayStation, and that's one of them.
But still, like, if you're gonna introduce, like, I don't. How hard is it to make it unique? You know, don't do something that you did 10 years ago. Don't do
Exactly.
something that PlayStation's done forever.
The term "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" can only go so far before it's like, oh, well, it's not broken, but I want a new one.
Okay, so then that makes me think of Nintendo. Okay, Nintendo's had the game figured out for years.
They're constantly innovating, and it's at least, in my opinion, it's always been in a good way or a really good effort. Like a lot of people say the Wii U was a bomb. I think it was a good idea. With like the separate screen, like they still even implemented games with it.
Yeah.
Good idea.
And I feel like they took that feedback and went to the Switch and said,
Exactly.
okay, let's try
like-
this out.
Like, oh, let's do something different. Let's try this. And they do that a lot, I feel. Because, like, can you imagine the jump from a Nintendo 64 controller? That's already way different from controllers back then. You have 3 handles. And then you go to a GameCube. Has, like, a big stick, a little stick. 4 buttons all diagonally arranged around each other.
They keep it fresh, that's for sure.
And even the GameCube
what-
system was completely different. There's a fucking handle on it.
Well, let's talk about handhelds, okay? What did Xbox have that was handheld?
None.
Don't you wish they would have had something that would have been you've been able to like, oh, I'd like to play Halo on the go.
There is still technically a way they've implemented that now. Is there's an app on your phone. If you have good enough
Oh,
hardware
yeah.
on your phone, you can do
You,
game
like,
streaming.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I tested it. I was at work. I was able to turn on my Xbox while I was at work. And if I had a controller, I could have played games, but I didn't have a controller. And they sell controllers specifically for this, but in like it was like pick a
Is
game
there
you want to
any
play. And it was, like,
delay between it though?
slight, but I think it was still playable. And also
Pretty
I was on
playable.
work Wi-Fi, so it could have been better.
But I mean, I'm talking about like you have the hardware.
Like,
in your
actually
hand.
crisp. Yeah, actually that's what I would prefer much rather.
Like, let's talk about the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy SP, the Nintendo DS, the XL.
Let's say the most recent DS I had that is sadly stolen out of my possession was the new Nintendo 3DS XL. Oh, I love this so much. It was Zelda themed. It was gold. It was like this
Yeah,
fucking
no wonder
big.
it got stolen.
Yeah, they're like, damn, I'm taking this shit. But I-
DSs are durable.
Oh, I loved them.
I had one and I don't remember how. It was just the regular like DS, you know.
They,
I
they
still
didn't
got
try
the
to
fat
overdo
one,
it.
too.
They kept it simple.
I ended up breaking it to where when you would flip it open, like one side of the connector was just off. It was hanging by a wire. But I could still play it. It was so sick. I mean, I looked kind of like, you know, broke, had no money kind of look to it, but, you know, it
You
still
were still
played.
able to play, yeah. You can still enjoy yourself and get away for a minute in a video game. Nintendo has definitely made also, as far as titles go, probably some of my most favorite titles I've ever played came from Nintendo.
This is true. Whenever I'm looking for a nostalgic game to play, Nintendo is usually one of the first ones I start to think of. Like
They
for a
got those-
nice, relaxing, nostalgic game.
It's a feel-good game. You feel comfortable. You're not sitting here going, trying to sweat, you know. You don't have to
Right.
try so hard. You can just relax and be like, cool, man, let's play some Mario.
And what's good about it is it tackles both good aspects of what you want to do in a game. It has great single players, and it has great party multiplayer games and all that kind of stuff. Gives you good
Scooby Doo
results.
Unmasked on the DS.
What?
Best game
They
ever.
have it for the DS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always played it for the PS2 or GameCube. Nintendo.
I think I had it. We had it for PlayStation 2, I think.
But it was really good, and now it makes me ever wonder if Xbox is even planned for a handheld or not.
I mean, at this point, I think Nintendo has that in the market. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they probably
Yeah.
definitely. If you're thinking of a good handheld gaming system, you gotta go with Nintendo. Do it. Don't
But
do
I mean,
anything else.
if Microsoft launched something like that, like, oh hey, check out our
It
new,
would definitely get attention.
yeah, I'd be like, oh shit, well, that would be cool. Oh, it's linked to my Xbox account, and I can play all my Xbox games that I already own on it.
Hmm.
Wow.
If they really want to be smart about it too, they'll link it to your Windows 10 account, so you can play even
Yes.
Windows 10 compatible games. It would also work.
So, with that being said, okay, thinking about like the optimization from Xbox to a PC, like what kind of hardware do you think would have to be put into this handheld? And which I think it would be really cool if you just had this handheld, okay, maybe you could buy a docking station or something for it, like the Switch, so you can play it on your TV. Because you're not always going to want to look down at this. Let's say it's a 10-inch screen, okay? Let's say 10 inches. That's a big screen.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent sized.
Yeah. So I mean, but still, if you're gaming on that for 3 or 4 hours, that's going to get kind of tedious. You know, you want to look at something you can kick back and be like, okay, I'm enjoying this.
All right, guys. Think we should start wrapping it up.
I guess we could start wrapping it up. Because sadly, we don't have. We're running out of time.
Not here.
And no, we don't have another nut.
Yeah.
He's gonna be upset.
Yeah, he might be a little upset.
Well, we tried waking him up.
This is true. We did try to wake him up.
All right. That being said,
Like, subscribe. Put in the comments what you'd like to hear us talk about.
yes, very much open to suggestions. Always.
Stay big. Stay
nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Nuts signing off.
Bye.
Bye.
You mean
Yeah, we'll make it away.
you got me smiling again. Fuck. I'm nervous.
Come on, man.
Our
You can
38
do
viewers are gonna laugh at me.
it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Fuck.